Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Redbird Replay. This is Scott Kirker along with Kelly Willard. Kelly, Metamora comes in with an 11-1 record. Washington, today's opponent, comes in with an 11-1 record. Both of them are 9-0 in the Mid-Atlantic Conference, and this is for at least half of the Mid-Atlantic Conference title.
It's going to be a fun day for sure. There'd ordinarily be a couple thousand people in here taking in this game and maybe changing some of the momentum. Today it's going to be all about the players, though. It's going to be about the players and the decisions they make. Washington has the experience edge. Coach Greaves alluded to that. Lots of older players, lots of really physical players. I watched them walk in the door an hour or so ago. A few of them had those sleeveless shirts on, and I think they had to turn sideways to get through the door. So they've got the physicality advantage. But the Metamora kids have proven to be very, very intelligent basketball players, and they're going to have to use all of that today.
Yeah, and, you know, I think they're going to have a big game from their big three. Zach Schroeder, Ethan Kaiser, and Tyson Swanson. And then those other guys, Luke DeFrance and Drew Tucker, are going to have to come in and play awfully well also. And their bench is going to have to come up big for them too, I think. And Metamora, it's going to take a total team effort.
Yeah, for sure, all of the guards, everybody's going to have to be strong with the basketball today. That's one thing. Second thing, you're going to have to keep Washington off the offensive boards. When they miss, they're going to crash hard, and you know, we got a little bit of beef, but not a whole lot, and so we're going to have to keep them off the offensive boards. And then I think we're going to have to shoot well. I don't think there's any getting around the fact that we're going to have to drop some threes.
Oh, without question. I think that's the pretty much how we are as a team. We have to play well from the perimeter, and then that opens it up for our inside game. And we're a little better inside than people probably originally thought we were going to be.
Well, it should be fun. We're set for just an interesting afternoon of basketball here in Tepke Gym. I can't wait to see it. I'm glad to be here with you.
This is going to be a fun afternoon.
First, the Washington Panthers, headed overall, undefeated 10-0 in the Mid-Atlantic Conference. A 6'1" junior forward, number 4, Andrew Lewis. A 5'10" senior guard, number 10, Ethan Mouse. A 6'9" junior forward, number 12, Isaac Masson. A 6'5" senior forward, number 20, Tyler Bass. And a 6'7" senior forward, number 40, Devin Vanderbilt. Head coach of the Panthers, Eric Schroeder. The starting line for your Metamora Redbirds. A 5'8" junior guard, number 1, Luke DeFrance. A 6'2" junior forward, number 11, Zach Schroeder. A 6'2" sophomore forward, number 24, Drew Tucker. A 6'1" sophomore guard, number 22, Tyson Swanson. A 6'6" sophomore forward, number 21, Ethan Kaiser. Assistant coaches are Justin Dane, Jake Springer, Mike Brockhouse, Gerald Davis, and Patrick Vaughn. Your head coach this season, Dan Green.
Well, Kelly, before we forget, we better take this time to talk to the Redbird head coach, Danny Greaves. Well, here we are once again with Metamora head coach, Danny Greaves. Coach, boy, your underclass got you off to a good start today. 2 big wins for them, and now you face your toughest opponent of the year.
Well, that was 2 nice games this morning. The freshmen and the sophomores probably played one of their better games. You know, good to see that they're focused in the moment.
That's for sure. Your team comes in playing some pretty good basketball right now. But this Washington team, they're a veteran team. They've got some young kids, but they've also got some youth, and that's something that's hard to overcome. But your kids have seemed to have done that every time we've played somebody with seniors.
Well, they've got 3-year starters, and we got 3-week starters.
Well, that's a great way to look at it.
But you know what? So, you know, it doesn't really matter how long you started. It all depends on, you know, are you prepared and are you ready to compete, and you want to play hard and have fun. And that's kind of the way we had approach on today.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily this big whooping Washington Metamora rival game. it's game number 13.
Right.
With a little Washington flavor.
With a little Washington flavor, and that's for sure. And it's you've got 2 good outcomes so far in your team. You know, their length, I think, is going to be something of concern. But everybody that you have played so far that's had length, you've been able to handle them really well. I think, you know.
I think the difference here, though, is they've got, 3-year starters that are a little bit more physical than what we've seen so far.
Right.
And, they start 2 6'6", and then Vandy at 6'5". And so, he's an X factor, and so is their little guard. This past
Lewis.
week. No, I'm talking about the little number 10.
Oh, okay.
Mounts hit 11 threes in a row this week.
Oh, boy.
Before that, out of 49 attempts from the field, 42 of them are threes.
Oh, man.
But he wasn't shooting very well until this week, and so I'm sure we'll get his best shot. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it's nice to get a team playing their best basketball. Gives you a chance. That way, when you knock them off, you can say they were playing their best. Coach, we'll let you get going here, but good luck and bring home a W.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Welcome back to Metamora. We're just a couple of seconds away from the opening inbound. Washington will have it first. Luke DeFrance this may be the only time this year where he has somebody his own size to guard.
Yeah, unlike the sophomore game that saw zone defense for almost the whole tilt, starting out in some tight man-to-man. The Kaiser-Vanderheit matchup down
They traveled. That's great defense by Ethan Kaiser. Vanderheit gets called for the travel. Boy, he's a big kid. Vanderheit 6'7", probably about 210. Morton had these guys beat earlier in the year.
Up 11 with 1:48 to go.
Yeah.
Almost impossible to believe they gave that one away. I think Morton kind of had us beat too, don't you think?
Yeah. But we didn't give up a 11-point lead late in the game.
That's true. Pretty good defensive play and a little bit of taunting after the fact. We'll see what the officiating's like today. That's going to play a role for sure.
Oh, sure. That was a good move to the basket, though, by Schroeder. There's a foul on Mapson.
Yeah, I always like to see a good early call that really wasn't much of a foul, just to kind of set the tone that they're not going to let them get away with absolutely everything. Both sides.
And there's another foul. That's 3. That's 2. 2 on Washington.
Yeah, but that's good setting the tone. I like that. It's it's a little bit choppy right now, but it's going to make for a better game.
And they definitely had a hold of Kaiser. He had nowhere to throw it off.
How tall's Bass?
He's like 6'5".
Yeah,
they've got some height.
Impressive size in there for sure. Yeah, if you had today's game being in the 80s, I think you're going to be mistaken.
Yeah.
No shots yet for the Redbirds.
No shots from either team.
That's correct. That's correct.
Good rebound that was a great box out, but it slipped out of bounds by Kaiser.
Speaking of scoring, we should set our magic number. Forgot to do that last game.
I'm going to say 46.
I was going 43, so we'll split the difference and we'll say first team to 44.5. How about 45? Okay. Let's do 45.
Let's say 45.
All right. Strong take to the hoop. First bucket of the night goes to Bass. I don't have any Panther stats in front of me, Scott. Do you know, you happen to know leading scorer? Is it Vanderheit?
I believe it is Vanderheit. Oh,
Beautiful.
what a move by Schroeder. That stop and go threw Lewis off a little bit, and he was able to continue his way to the basket.
Yeah, Zach's hard to handle. He's hard to handle offensively, and then he plays such tight defense. Such a great, great high school basketball player.
4-2 Washington, 5:40 to go, first quarter. They play such good help side defense. Good! And Redbirds' first lead of the night, or the afternoon, 5-4 Redbirds. And he comes right back with a three. Makes it 7-5 Washington.
That's Drew Lewis on the three. Nice looking shot, and he had a word for the Metamora bench right after it. That's twice I've noticed that, Scott, in the first couple minutes.
I think he may have a tee before the end of the day. But one more dribble, he might have been able to go to the basket. And it'll stay Redbird ball.
Pretty good move by Tucker. He used his own guy. I thought Tyson Swanson was going to take a charge on Drew Tucker right there.
That'll be the first mask timeout of the afternoon.
Well, kind of like we thought. Physical start, hard to get shots, hard to do much offensively for both teams, to be honest.
Redbirds trail 7-5 here in the early going.
I think conditioning might play a role too. You talk about how these kids are in great shape and games are easier than practice, but Washington's played this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. And, you know, at some point late in the third quarter, fourth quarter, if their bench isn't very deep, which I don't think it is, they only had 9 guys before the sophomores joined them. We'll see if they have the legs late in this game.
You know, that'd be a good question. You know, two things. I don't know how, you know, in a regular game without overtime, how in a regular game you can become tired when you've been playing all year. But it does happen. It does happen, and games are different than practice. But, you know,
and when you got the adrenaline flowing, when
Yeah.
it's a big game, sometimes you get tired more quickly. And you see that happen in other sports too. You see
Right.
people cramp up when you shouldn't think they'd be cramping up.
It'll be Redbird ball after the timeout. Redbirds trail 7-5.
We got a mismatch with Kaiser.
Oh, have him. Good job by Kaiser to get it back to Metamora.
Still got the same mismatch. Well, that's a
Oh,
good take.
Tyson Swanson with a big bucket. Ties it up at 7.
A lot of contact, no call.
I don't know, who would you call it on?
I don't know. It's a pretty lazy cross-court pass. See, that's what I don't like. That's got to be either a charge or a block. I don't care which one you call, but you can't let that go in the first quarter.
Oh, great box out. Dangerous pass there.
That's a shot he's capable of making.
Yes.
I like seeing that shot go up. Second bucket for Lewis. He's got 5 of their 9 points, Scott. Not exactly the player that I thought would be leading their team in scoring in the first quarter, but he's doing a nice job.
Solomon Schwartz at the scorer's bench. He'll come in the next dead ball.
That's a pretty
quick
solid
move.
take.
Makes it 11-7 Washington.
7 for Lewis. Like I said, we don't have stats in front of us. Maybe Lewis is putting up more points per game than I thought.
Pretty good hands there by Washington. Good job by Tucker. Need a bucket here, need a bucket. Oh man, just a little too high.
Yep, definitely had him. Pretty good attempt, just a little high. Nine points for Lewis. I've not seen anybody have this kind of success going against Zach Schroeder defensively.
He's awfully quick.
Yep. Pretty tough defense there by Ethan Mounts.
Yeah, it was.
The Washington defender was into France's grill. And a little bit of acting by Luke to get that foul call.
Schwartz comes in for DeFrance. The Redbird ball out of bounds. Need a bucket. Oh, come on now. Gotta be.
Interesting, Lewis guarding Kaiser again and then providing help defense when the ball goes toward him. Certainly wouldn't have guessed that Lewis would get the assignment very frequently on Kaiser. Well, that's a real good interior look to Isaac Mapson. First bucket of the day for Mapson. 15-7, Scott. Danger zone early.
Yep.
It was 7-all with 4 minutes to go in the quarter, and Washington's put up 8 straight.
Oh boy. That's a pretty good move by Schroeder there. That's pretty solid.
Pretty good, but it just shows you how hard it's been to even get shots. He had to do some Harlem Globetrotters dribbling just to get that ball up on the glass.
First personal, fourth team foul. Schroeder.
First one's up and good. 24 seconds to go, first quarter. Redbirds trail 15-8. So we need those. 15-8. Just under 20 seconds to go, first quarter.
Little zone to finish the quarter. That's elevating.
That's, wow, he was way up there.
He was up, I think he was above the backboard, almost. But his second foul of the quarter, that could be big.
Yeah. And he'll be replayed. He may not be out there the rest of the half. Didn't really matter. The Redbirds will take a 15-8 deficit into the second quarter. They'll get the ball to start the second quarter, though. Take this time to thank our sponsors: Bill Christ, Country Financial, Sunbelt Rentals, Kaufman Chiropractic, Michael's Italian Feast, Mason Funeral Home, Germantown Grill, Kevin Collett, Edward Jones, Logo Wear, Commerce Bank, Heartland Bank, Metamora McDonald's, Metamora IGA, Metamora Fields, Snyder Village, Corey's Grill, Goodfield State Bank, City Blue Technologies, Ipavia State Bank, and Zobrist Shire Insurance.
Kind of a feeling out process that first quarter. I enjoyed the way the quarter started with the tight officiating, but then, Scott, it got super physical and the officials kind of swallowed their whistles.
A little bit.
And part of it is this. They called 5 fouls on Washington and 0 on Metamora, and you know they're cognizant of that. You know they don't want it to be 10-0, 12-0, 14-0.
Right.
And so they can't call everything, and all of a sudden you get away with stuff that you weren't getting away with earlier.
The big key, though, for Washington is that Drew Lewis got his second foul and will probably be sitting the rest of the half.
We hope. We hope he had a great quarter. 9 points for Lewis. He's outscored Metamora 9-8.
So you got to make some hay while one of their better players, or at least their most effective player, is on the bench.
It's like watching 4 years younger Michigan State play right now. It's diving, physical, aggressive, fouling, get in your face, and then celebrate when you do something good. And it's effective. It's very effective.
That's kind of been the Washington MO for a long time. Started with Kevin Brown, and it's kind of continued.
For sure, no question about it. You take on the personality of your coach.
Jake Nealon in. Oh, boy. That's pretty good defense. He made him shoot up over him.
4 points for Mapson.
17-8. Redbirds need a bucket.
Yeah, Washington is defending the three-point line so incredibly well. Almost all 10 bodies are above the free throw line for most of the possession. There would appear to be some backdoor opportunities, but we're going to have to find out how to get it there.
Nice pass. And that'll be an and one potential. Nice job by Metamora there, being patient and getting a good shot.
Yep, Schroeder got it to his right hand, got to the bucket. He's got 5 points. Second on Mounts, so they have 2 players with 2 fouls already. And we talked about their bench might not be super deep, so this is a story we want to keep an eye on.
6-0 foul-wise. We're in the bonus from here on out. In the first half, anyway. And he gets the and one, makes it 17-11. 6:49 to go, first half.
Mapson, the bank is open. He's got 6 points. Another kind of unexpected contribution for the Panthers.
19-11. And I'll send Kaiser to the line.
That was I happened to be having my eye on what just happened right there, and Kaiser was trying to fight through the lane and kind of gave a pretty good little shove off, but got the call anyway. I'm a little surprised he did get it since it is 7 fouls to 0.
First one's up and good. We're going to have to make our free throws. 19-12. 6:13 to go, first half.
Trying some zone defense here, Scott. I've only been to 4 games so far this year, and I haven't seen a lot of zone. This will be interesting to see how effective it is.
Wow. Makes it 22-12. 10-point lead for the Panthers.
And if you're going to have a 6'7" guy making three-pointers in high school, that's just hard to defend. You got to clap your hands and say, nice shot.
I mean, he jumped on him. How do you jump on him and call that a jump ball? He fell on.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes back to the fact that it's 7 fouls to zip, and they're a little hesitant to let it get out of hand in that area. Doesn't make it right, just makes it what's going to happen.
5:12 to go. First half, Redbirds trail by 10. Need a bucket.
Boy, Zach Schroeder is trying to make something happen. And getting to the line is what he needs to do. That's be his 3rd trip to the line. Zach leading the way with 6 for Metamora so far.
Schroeder will come back to the line when we come back out of this timeout. But you know, Vanderheit came from the low block and dove onto the pile. How can that not be a foul?
Well, football starts Wednesday. Yeah, I don't know. That seems to be a time when the officials swallow a whistle when it's a jump ball situation and the ball's loose on the ground and 8 guys can dive in if you want to, and it doesn't really matter what you do. It's kind of a free-for-all. Hey, I'm happy to report Zach Schroeder has 6 points, not the 5 that are on the scoreboard up there. We got the official numbers right up here.
Yeah.
Official from my perspective. So, Scott, Washington's only loss so far this year was to Peoria Notre Dame. Got beat by 14, 12, something like that. Didn't get to see any of that game. Was that early on?
It was the same weekend I think we played Roanoke Benson.
Okay. All right. So a little bit ago.
Or no, it wouldn't have been. It'd have been the Thursday night possibly before that, or Tuesday night before that.
I just wondered how Notre Dame attacked this physicality of Washington. Notre Dame's also more of a skilled team. They also have some size, but they're more of a skilled team. I wonder how they were effective in attacking this physicality.
They're awfully big. Notre Dame is awfully big. I think their smallest starter 6'3", up to 6'8". They're 2 guys that come off the bench are 6'7" and 6'8".
Helps to have skill and size.
You can't make 1 out of 2.
So last 3 trips to the line for Metamora. Kaiser split a pair, and Zach Schroeder has split a pair twice.
Michael Zobrist into the Redbird lineup also. So it's Zobrist, Kaiser, Schroeder, DeFrance, and Swanson for the Redbirds.
Yeah, you could smell it coming, though. As soon as he started to go one-on-one, look up at that scoreboard and see 8-0 on the fouls. You know what's coming. They're gonna at least get 1 on Metamora. Tight man-to-man defense by Metamora. Kaiser playing tough out top. Zobrist is all over him. This time it is a foul, Scott. You reach around on a jump ball situation, and it is a foul.
Must be on DeFrance. 2 quick fouls. on Metamora.
His first, team's third.
Eight points for Vanderhyde. 2 3-pointers for the 6'7" forward / center / guard. That's a
nice
severe
pick.
screen.
That's a nice pick.
Shot ball, Washington possession.
Scott, points have been hard to come by. Sure. Metamora had 7 points halfway through the first quarter and have scored 6 in the last 9 minutes. Most of those at the free throw line. Buckets have been really hard to come by. Matter of fact, this is a lot like Pekin's first half against Metamora the other night, where Pekin only had 3 baskets for the longest time. The Redbirds only have 4 hoops tonight, 4 buckets, 28-13.
There's a foul on Vanderhyde.
Boy, another good take to the bucket by Schroeder.
Yep.
He's gonna be sucking some air at halftime.
2:43 to go, first half. Redbirds trail 28-13. You can't miss free throws.
It's tough though. They're going so hard during this game, and then to just stand at the free throw line and calm down the heart rate.
It's the second, 28-14.
8 points for Schroeder, 8 of the 14. I don't think we've made any hay, by the way, with Lewis out of the game. Your goal was to make some hay while he was on the bench.
Yeah,
It's been the opposite of that.
They've extended their lead. Right now, they're just the better team right now.
Yep, that was a nice take to the hoop by Stewart. His first bucket of the night, 30-14. 2 minutes first half.
That's a big bucket.
That's about the first uncontested shot of the night for Metamora. Zach Schroeder with 10 points. And a very nice defensive play.
Drew Tucker comes in for Michael Zobrist. Zobrist with a nice couple minutes. .145 to go, first half.
He says, I'm going to drive this ball to the basket until you stop me or stop fouling me.
And he's going to go back to the line. That was their 10th team foul.
At least. I think they stopped putting them up there at 10, don't they?
Well, something they didn't call either.
There you go.
He gets
Got
them both. That makes it 30-18.
6 free throws in the first half for Zach. 12 points to lead the Redbirds. I'd like to see Ethan Kaiser get a couple touches down low next possession. He doesn't have a 2-point basket yet in this game.
you got to take the charge.
Yeah, I thought he was set up to take a charge, and then maybe 6-7 looked a little too big. Critical ending to this first half. You don't want to go in down 16 or 17. Real nice to get a hoop here and get within about 12.
Hanging on him. That'll send Kaiser to the line for 2.
Yeah, they are determined not to let him beat Washington down low. As soon as he caught that pass, he was going to be instantly double teamed.
First one's up and good.
Another split. Scott, you asked for big games tonight from the big 3, and those are the only 3 that have scored so far for Metamora. Swanson has 2. Kaiser with 5, and Zach has all the rest.
See, that's what kills you is you split down here and they go down and get an easy bucket.
Yep, and here's your 15-point lead. Real important to get a bucket here right before the half.
I'll send Tucker to the line for 2.
Or a couple free throws.
You got to make your free throws. You got to. Not going to win if you're not going to make free throws.
Oops. Sorry, we almost lost our table. That would have been my fault. Metamora still with 2 fouls to give. We'll see how they play this, though.
And that'll do it. 34-19 is the halftime score. Redbirds will take that 15-point deficit into the halftime locker room. Kelly, it's the free throw line.
Well, part of it's the free throw line. Nobody's trying to miss free throws. Everybody's up there giving their best effort. We did a great job of getting to the free throw line and shot a ton of them, but you're right. We left some points at the free throw line. I mean, the biggest difference so far is Washington's physicality has given us fits. It's given us fits when they're on offense, and it's also given us fits when we're trying to score. Scott, Metamora has 5 baskets in the first half, and free throws or no free throws, you're not going to win with 5 baskets.
No. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the end of the game halftime stats.
All right, Scott, welcome back to Tepke Gymnasium. It's halftime, Washington 34, Metamora 19. First half stats from today's game for the Redbirds. Ethan Kaiser has a 3-point bucket and 2 free throws. He's got 5. Tyson Swanson had an early 2-point hoop to get on the board with 2 points, and the rest of the scoring has been all Zach Schroeder. Zach Schroeder has 3 buckets and 6 free throws for a total of 12 points, 19 for the Redbirds. The Panthers well distributed with the points. Jake Stewart got on the board with a late bucket for 2. Tyler Bass has 1 bucket also for 2 points for Washington. Andrew Coker has a 2 and a 3, grand total of 5. Isaac Mabson was good with 3 hoops for 6 points. Drew Lewis, despite getting in foul trouble, had a nice first quarter, scored 9 points on 3 hoops and a 3-point shot. And Devin Vanderheit, despite it didn't seem like he was doing a whole lot, he made 2 2s and 2 3s and led the Panthers with 10 first half points. So 34-19, Washington with a 15-point lead, and we'll be back with the second half in a bit.
Welcome back to Metamora. The Redbirds took a 15-point deficit into the halftime locker room, Kelly. And I think you're just seeing right now the difference between juniors and seniors and juniors and sophomores.
Yeah, I mean, we said before the game started we were going to have to be strong with the basketball, and while we tried to be, Washington was so physical and so foully, to make up a word, that it was hard, and we had some turnovers because of it. We also said we were going to have to shoot the ball well, and you know, we already talked about this. We made 5 baskets, and then we got to the free throw line a bunch, but left a bunch of points there. So, you know, Metamora hasn't done the things that we said would probably be important to do today, but there's still a second half.
Yeah, there's a second half, and we just have to come out and play good basketball. And Washington will start this second half with the basketball.
And here's the thing, you got to play this team again in 3 days, and so the last thing you want to have happen is you don't want to get run out of the gym in this second half and have mentally in your head, holy cow, now we got to go over to Washington in 3 days and have the same thing happen. So
Right.
That's a very important start of the third quarter for Metamora. Same starting 5 for the Redbirds and the Panthers. Drew Lewis back on the floor. You were right, he did sit the entire second quarter, so he's rested, feeling good. You know, Zach Schroeder is exhausted probably from that first half. And Mapson with 8 points for Washington. They've got 3 players with 8 or more points. Great balance.
Good for Drew Tucker.
First hoop of the day.
That's a good bucket. That's a good sign. That was a good play, really, coming out of the halftime locker room. Need a couple stops. Nice rebound. Tyson Swanson, real nice rebound.
And Lewis continues to be smooth. Even though he missed that bucket, boy, he sure got an open look quite easily.
Need a bucket here. I like that, though. There was a lot of things that were good there. Send Ethan Kaiser to the line.
Second person on first team. Ethan Kaiser at the line.
Okay, it's a fresh half. We're 0 for 0 from the free throw line. Let's see what we can do in the second half.
1 for 1. Good job. 36-24, just under 7 minutes to go, third quarter.
And Scott, I think if this game is going to have a momentum change, it's going to be because of Luke DeFrance making a couple back-to-back threes. I want you to look for that later in this quarter.
And I think you're right. He hasn't even gotten a shot off yet.
Nope. I didn't mean the guy that he's guarding was going to make a couple threes.
Got to answer with a bucket. Good. Kaiser with a big 3.
Boy, Swanson passed up an open 2, and we got a better look with a 3 from Kaiser. Nicely done.
Oh, that's just good hustle.
Kind of a big early quarter possession. If Metamora can get a stop, which they did not, that's pretty solid.
41-27. No.
Great hustle by Tyler Bass, and then about 30 Washington players went and piled on him and told him what a great job he did. You got to love the energy from their bench. You don't have to love the team, but you got to love the energy from their bench.
41-27. He traveled, yep.
Boy, that's a fortunate break. If he doesn't walk there and gets a 16-point lead, we might have some guys hanging their heads already in the third quarter. We're just 1 or 2 hoops from being right back in this.
Yeah, we are.
Get the lead back to 10, and it's a whole different basketball game. There's one.
Good.
And for the first time all year, the fans are going nuts.
41-30 Panthers. And that'll be on Washington.
Tell you what, Ethan Mounts made a nice drive to the hoop. Tried to get up an acrobatic shot, didn't get it. Great defense by the Redbird basketball team.
And that'll be a masked timeout. Redbirds climbing back into it a little bit. 4:06 to go. Third quarter. Redbirds trail 41-30.
Yeah, I think the good news is it feels like Washington has completely outplayed Metamora for almost the entire game. And you look up at the scoreboard, and it's not over by any stretch.
No, it's not.
It's now maybe 1 bucket from being a real competitive game. A couple of 3-pointers to start the quarter, one from Kaiser, one from DeFrance, and man, when the points come 3 at a time, those deficits go away in a hurry.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And you know, we forced Washington to make a few shot attempts that maybe they weren't really happy with.
Yeah, they were getting things a lot easier in the first half so far. That's true.
It'll be Redbird ball when we come back out of this timeout.
There's going to be a bunch of tired kids at the end of this night, but I can tell you what, Zach Schroeder is going to sleep well. He's going to sleep like a baby tonight. He shouldered the load offensively and then trying to guard the heck out of Lewis on defense. He's going to be a tired pup. And Scott, we wondered if the Washington legs would start to get a little bit weary late in the game. We're not there yet, but give it 3, 4, 5 more minutes and let's see where it's at. Nice design to get that to Tucker, a little isolation one-on-one, and he was going to get an and one if they gave him another couple seconds.
Yep. I think he's got the advantage, height advantage.
I'm ready for my second DeFrance 3.
I'm ready for anybody's 3.
Okay.
Oh, nice rebound by Swanson. Just went to the right spot, out-hustled Vanderheide for the rebound.
Yeah, offensive rebounds have been at a premium tonight. That's one of the only ones.
It's still a nice look. I liked everything about it except for the charge.
Yeah, I think the Washington defender kind of slid underneath him, but at this point in the game when Washington's had about 15 fouls and Metamora's had 3 or 4, you know the officials are thinking about it. That's too bad. Forced Washington into a shot they probably don't want to take, but then they got the offensive rebound and a whole new possession.
At the timeout. They took a timeout.
That's a fortunate call for the Redbirds. Well, Scott, it was 15 at half. It's down to 11. There's been some progress in this quarter. There's been no give up.
Right.
on the Metamora basketball team.
Oh, there won't be
there's
any
a
of that.
long way to go. Long way to go.
A long way to go, and you know, we're getting better looks at the basket.
I wouldn't have guessed this. Washington has made 5 threes today, and Metamora has made 4. If I would have said there was one place where Metamora had a clear advantage, it would be number of 3-pointers we're going to make in this basketball game. And there's a ways to go, but right now the Panthers have the edge 5-4.
Well, Vanderheid's a really good 3-point shooter.
He is.
And I think he's got 2.
He does.
He traveled, yes. Great defense by Schroeder. Great defense.
Yeah, Lewis can go either direction. He's a lefty, but he can go either direction with that dribble, and so Zach is forced to play defense on both sides. Got a fortunate call with the travel.
Good! That's a great move to the bucket by Tucker. Makes it 41-32 with 2:15 to go. Third quarter.
Five points for Tucker. That's his first 2-point hoop of the night. First free throw attempt.
All 5 here in the second half. And he gets the free throw. 41-33, Washington.
All right, 15 has been sliced to 8. Real good quarter so far.
You know, for no fans, it's kind of loud here.
It is. Oh, that's too bad. Nice dish by Vanderheit. Yep, that's too bad right there. That was an opportunity. 11 for Lewis. First bucket since the first quarter.
Good! 43-36, Kelly. 1:29 to go, third quarter.
13 for Kaiser. No 2-point baskets for him yet tonight. 3 threes and a bunch of free throws. 13 points.
Oh, great defense by Schroeder. Great defense.
But equally great offense by Lewis.
Yeah.
That kid is tough. He's a ton. 13 points for him.
There it is. Good!
More.
Kelly, it's a 6-point ball game. 40 seconds to go, third quarter.
And we definitely said we'd have to shoot well tonight. And this third quarter, Metamora has shot the ball as well as they have all season. So isolation for Lewis. Will Metamora provide help? Because he's going to get around Schroeder at some point.
10 seconds to go, third quarter. Yep, that's a block. That's a block. It'll be ball out of bounds. Schwartz comes into the Redbird lineup and he'll replace Tucker. Nice job by Tucker this quarter. Oh, nice job by Metamora.
Fortunate miss. That was a great look down low by the Panthers. Look for a lob to the bucket. Nope.
Oh, man, that was almost in. Take this time to thank our sponsors, Zobershire Insurance, Ipavia State Bank, City Blue Technologies, Goodfield State Bank, Corey's Grill, Snyder Village, Metamora Fields, Metamora IGA, Metamora McDonald's, Heartland Bank, Commerce Bank, Logoware, Kevin Kyle at Edward Jones, Germantown Grill, Mason Funeral Home, Michael's Italian Feast, Kaufman Chiropractic, Sunbelt Reynolds, and Bill Christ at Country Financial.
Did you hold that paper upside down to read those?
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes.
Nicely done, Scott.
Yeah, well,
hey, great quarter for Metamora. 20 points in the third quarter after only 19 in the first half. Shot the ball extremely well. Tucker made a three. Kaiser was on fire with threes, and DeFrance made a three.
Yeah, and that's what we've got to keep doing to get back into this ball game. Down 15 at halftime, and we've come back. Now we're only down 6. 45-39 as we head into this fourth. It'll be Redbird ball to start this fourth quarter.
And something to watch. Washington has a lot of fouls in this game. Every player on the floor right now has at least 2. Some guys have 3. So any fouls the rest of the way is going to put somebody in foul trouble.
So the Redbirds come out with Schwartz, Schroeder, DeFrance, Swanson, and Kaiser. Oh, what a play!
That's fairly acrobatic by Zach Schroeder. There's no chance he was looking at the basket when he shot that.
45-41 Panthers. Oh, yes, there's a foul on Vanderhyde down low. He just hooked Kaiser and pulled him out of the way.
3 on Vanderhyde.
7:30 to go in the ball game, and Redbirds only trail by 4, 45-41.
There's 4.
Oh, boy. Now they got to get him out of the game. Vanderhyde went into the halftime locker room with 12 points. He's going to leave in this fourth quarter with 4 fouls and 12 points.
And still 12 points. And you knew the fouls were going to be a story. I just didn't know it was going to be that fast.
We're in the bonus from here on out. That's another important statistic.
If you make your free throws.
Got to make your free throws. Got to be smart and make your free throws. Just be strong with the ball.
Which we have been in the second half until, well, thank you.
I like the look inside. 90% of the time, that's a great pass.
Yep, and Ethan still doesn't have a 2-point bucket tonight, so I like the attempt to get him on the board down low. Boy.
Oh, man, that's a great look.
In and out.
Oh, that's just good defense, though. That's just...
I'm tired just watching this, Scott. I don't know about you, but I think I need a nap after this game.
Right now, the Redbirds have the momentum, too, so they got to play some good defense here.
Boy, he's taken 2 threes the last few possessions, and I've liked it a lot better than watching him drive to the basket.
Yep, me too. It looked like it was good going up.
Yeah, it did. Tyler Bass, his second hoop of the night. 6-point game, 6:15 to go.
We did better while I was standing.
You superstitious?
It doesn't hurt.
Okay.
Yep, that's a foul on Bass. I mean, they're just holding Kaiser.
Yep.
They'll send Kaiser to the line for a 1 and bonus. 47-41 Panthers. Just under 6 minutes to go. Drew Tucker comes back in for Ryan DeFrance.
3 fouls on Bass.
Need these free throws. Gets the first.
Tell you what, Scott, Metamora's outscored Washington 12-0 at the free throw line tonight. Big story.
Ooh. And he gets them both. 47-43. 4-point ball game. Just under 6 minutes to go.
Another Panther foul. And that's going to be 4 on Mapson, I do believe.
Yep. Yep, that's a big, we're just playing smart basketball, and we got them a little flustered.
Yep.
That'll send Kaiser back to the line for a 1 and bonus. 5:40 to go in the ball game.
They're sending Vanderhyde back on the floor with 4. 5:40 to go.
Do you go right at him? I
Boy,
think you got to, don't you?
You definitely have to. But you also have to understand the officials know he has 4, and they're going to give him some leeway defensively, so you got to be prepared for a lot of contact.
That's true. Gets the first. 47-43. 5:40 to go, Kel. It's a new ball game.
It's a new ball game. 19 points for Ethan Kaiser, 7 of them at the line, and 12 behind the arc.
And he gets all, he's got, what, 4 for 4 this half?
I'm going to run out of room on my free throw column here. He's got 8 made free throws.
5:35 to go in the ball game. Redbirds trail by 2, 47-45.
Well, you know what's coming here. No, you don't. Boy, we like that shot again, Scott.
Oh, that's just great box out by Kaiser. Redbirds have a chance to take the lead. Go. And they tie it up! They got 4 fouls, so they can play some Olay defense.
Yep.
And they'll take a timeout. Tied up at 47. 4:49 to go here in this ball game.
This is about as much energy as you can have from a gym holding 90 people right now.
Yeah.
It's good and loud in here. I love it. You don't know if the game would go the same if it were a full house, but man, if the game did go like this in front of 2,000 people, this place would be, your ears would be sore.
Oh, right now, it'd be crazy. It would absolutely be crazy. And it's just a shame that it's not.
Well, when the second half started, Scott, we said it was going to be really important that Metamora didn't play a lousy second half because it would lead into the second game at Washington being kind of a, something out there saying we don't want to get beat twice in a row. And what a third quarter and start of the fourth from this group. And it's really come from 2 things. It's come from great shooting, and it's come from Washington's physicality getting called by the officials.
Yeah, and Metamora kind of forcing them into making some bad plays on their part, Washington's part, because out here Vanderhyde got his 4th foul when Schwartz saw him coming for the double team, spun out of it and spun right into Vanderhyde, and that was an easy call.
Yep, and they've made some questionable decisions. Lewis has 13 points and has played a real good game, but he settled for 3 threes in this second half, none of which were at all close to going in. Every time he's driven to the bucket, good stuff has happened, but he's been settling for 3-pointers. Hey, you would have taken this at halftime, right? Tie game,
yeah.
4:47 to go.
Metamora has the momentum right now, too.
That's good basketball. Easy roll right to the hoop. Bass with a sure shot. He's got 6 on the night.
That's a charge. I still like the move, though, by Tucker.
Yep.
I still like the move.
Second personal foul.
Sometimes you expend a lot of energy coming back from a big deficit, and as soon as you get even, you kind of exhale a little bit.
Yep.
This is a kind of big moment. Well, that's 2 of those for him. That's another source of points I didn't expect for Washington. 6
Right.
for Mounts. DeFrance ready to check back in. He's still looking for that second 3 that I thought he'd get.
And that's one of them's out. One of them's gone.
Yeah, that's 5 on Mapson.
Isaac Maxson with the first one. Maxson fouls out.
Ooh, that's big.
He doesn't want to leave.
That's the first big tree to fall.
Yeah. Got to keep making free throws. It's been a much better second half of shooting.
Gets the first. 3:28 to go in the ball game. Redbirds trail by 4, 52-48.
Oh, good work. Nice try.
Oh, what an effort by Kaiser. That's a heck of an effort by Kaiser.
That's traveling is what that should have been. That was an out of bounds, and the kid took about 7 steps with
Well,
the
you're
basketball.
supposed to be able to get a 1.5 feet each way.
Boy, that was a long 1.5 feet. And that's what we're saying down there.
Redbirds trail by 4.
Well, Scott, 2 good teams. Good at different things, but 2 good basketball teams. It's been
Yeah.
fun to watch today, for sure.
Wow, it's and this has been a heck of a ball game. What a second half comeback.
Panther leading scorers tonight, Drew Lewis 13 and Devin Vanderheit 12. Very distributed scoring. For the Redbirds, Zach Schroeder has 14 points, 6 of which have come from the free throw line, and Ethan Kaiser is leading the way with 20. And if you would have told me Ethan Kaiser would have 20 points and not a single 2-point field goal, I would have bet a lot of money against that. So full court pressure can go one of 2 ways. It can either be really, really challenging for Washington, or it can lead to some fast break hoops.
.320 to go. Redbirds trail by 4. Redbird ball.
That was a real good drive to the hoop by Mounts and a good dish, just some quality defense by Metamora.
Washington substitution number 21, Andrew.
So strategic subbing, Vanderheit takes a seat on defense.
He'll be going back in when the next dead ball, when they get the ball back.
Boy, that's pretty well done. Left it short, but got his own offensive rebound.
Yep.
This is a 30-second timeout.
Kelly, we're going to come back and win this.
Well, that's what was advertised. That's what I thought was going to happen today. I've not yet seen a loss this year. You're the only one that went to that Central Catholic game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we do things here at Metamora. We win, right?
Well, we win. We let them get a false sense of security, and then we come back and win. So Metamora will retain possession after the timeout. 2:49 to go in the ball game. Redbirds trail by 4, 52-48.
I just can't decide if the DeFrance 3 is going to pull us close or win the game at the end.
I think we're going to end up winning by 4, and we'll.
Boy, that's a well-designed play.
Oh, that's a well-designed play out of the timeout. That is awesome. They just forgot about Zach Schroeder, and he brings us within 2.
Yep. Always got to remember the inbounder. 16 for Schroeder.
52-50, 2:38 to go. That's a foul on, is that Tucker? Oh, it's Drew DeFrance. It's only his second.
Drew DeFrance. So that's different than Ryan or Luke.
It was, yeah, my bad, my bad.
Uh-oh. Magic number was what? 44 and a half?
Oh, yeah, 44 and a half, yeah.
Well, Washington got to it first.
We followed up pretty quickly.
Yep. Boy, the count is on. The official wants to give him the 5. Didn't quite get there. Give him the shot. Let him take a 3.
Coming up on 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go.
Oh, that's a tricky call.
That's a tricky call.
Yeah. That's a 22 fouls to 6 fouls call right there, I believe.
Yeah, can't complain about that though, because that's close. That's a.
He did a good job of selling it for sure.
Yeah.
That's hard to stop. That's hard to stop. You thought he was going up for a 6-foot little jump shot, and he made one quick move right around Zach.
And that'll be 2 shots for Zach Schroeder.
Boy, it seemed
We're
like
the double bonus.
Seemed like he got fouled about 6 times on that possession. He just kept after it and was strong with the basketball until he got a call. So Zach had a little trouble at the line in the first half for him, for how good of a shooter he is. He's got to be exhausted. Easy to leave it short.
First one's up and good. 54-51. Goes back to a 1-possession game now. Oh,
friendly roll.
Woo. Boy, oh boy.
And Scott, that's 18 zip on free throws for the night, made free throws.
Coming up on 1 minute to go. 1:15 left in the ball game. Redbirds trail by 2. Oh, timeout before the foul?
That's twice they've called timeouts right when their players were driving in for nice, easy hoops.
Redbirds trail by 2. 1:02 to go.
So it's got a couple things to look at. First of all, Metamora with 18 made free throws in this game, and they're feeling good at the line, different than the first half. Second, Metamora only has 5 fouls right now, so they still have 1 to give before Washington is in the bonus. And then third of all, I'm going to get that DeFrance 3 before this game is over.
Maybe the winner. So it'll be Washington basketball when we come back out of the timeout. 1:02 to go in the ball game. 54-52 Washington.
Student section is ready to go crazy. Except, wait a minute, that's not the student section.
Parent section.
Yep.
One minute remaining in the fourth quarter.
Oh, they had a trap in the corner and he got out of it. Oh, what a follow of his own miss by Lewis. 17 for Lewis, 30 seconds. Boy, Lewis
Man.
with a huge take to the basket. He made a nice take, had an easy shot, didn't get it to go, but followed his own hoop, or followed his own miss.
Yes.
So now it's a two-possession game. There's no need for a
Right.
three.
No,
you get what you can.
Get a 2.
But then we still have one foul to give. That's still gonna play a role here.
25 seconds.
Yep.
25 seconds to go.
Well, no matter how this game finishes, what an encouraging second half as you head toward Tuesday's rematch with the Panthers. I think the Metamora basketball team will definitely come into that game thinking positive thoughts.
Sure. And
no matter how this finishes.
And you would think that Washington would have a few doubts.
So the last timeout, Metamora had a great inbounds or a great play out of the timeout. We'll see what Coach Greaves drew up.
Got it. Metamora takes a timeout, 56-54 with 16 seconds. Nice drive by Drew Tucker.
Yeah, Drew Tucker's had a great second half. 8 points after being shut out in the first half. You know what? Metamora's put up 35 second half points, Scott. And we said before this game started, you know, anybody that expected a game in the 80s was fooling themselves. Obviously, we're a long way from that. But 35 points in the second half is a solid half of basketball against this defense.
Yes.
So the question becomes, who do you foul? The first one doesn't matter. You go for a steal and you get your 6th foul of the half. But after that, boy, I tell you what, I don't foul number 10. I keep the ball out of his hands.
I fouled Drew Lewis.
Seems like his outside shot's been a little suspect, so free throws might be also. But first you go for a steal here. Well, another fortunate timeout for Metamora. Again, I'm not sure why there wasn't an immediate foul given.
Well, I think they had a little bit of time there, so they were going to let them, you know, if they got across half court, then you foul them.
Boy, 13 and a half seconds, and still with a foul to give. Not a lot of margin for error here.
You have 2 fouls to give, don't you?
Well, I mean, the second one puts him on the line.
Yeah, the free throws we missed in the first half are.
Yeah, but I tell you what, we've more than made up for it in the second half.
More than made up for it.
I don't have the total free throws shot, but in the second half, I'm having trouble remembering. I think we missed 1 free throw in the second half.
You know, I'm not in for moral victories, but I am in for momentum. .1, so that didn't kill much time. Tucker picks up his third.
All right, now it's important who you let get the ball inbounds. You're picking who you want to foul. So that's going to put Vanderhyde at the line. He's been shut out in the second half, Scott, after having 12 at halftime.
I'm pretty sure everybody in the gym knew that Danny Greaves wanted a timeout.
I think so. It's time to ice the kicker. So, Scott, 9 seconds ago in a 2-point lead, there's no way he makes 2 free throws here, is there?
I think he does. He's
he's going to make 2?
He's a good free throw shooter.
Oh, the pressure's on late in the game. I'll give him 1. Let's give him 1.
Okay, and then DeFrance hits the...
For the tie. DeFrance for the tie. Entertaining game today. Got our money's worth for sure. What did it cost to get in?
Well, it was
nothing.
Yeah, it got a lot of nothing there.
Now, when he misses the second free throw, going to be really important to box out and get the rebound. Or the first.
Oh boy. .2.
That was a good timeout because Ethan Kaiser was about to launch a 30-footer.
Oh boy. Putting yourself in a position to win, that's all you can ask.
I guess you only got to ask, where's Solomon? Time for the 3, right?
Holy cow.
Well, hey, 4 seconds to go, Scott. You're in the position that you would have loved to have been in at halftime. If somebody would have offered you this position at halftime, you would have given up a lot of money and said, yep, darn right, we'll take it. Getting the ball in bounds cleanly is important. Yep. If you can put up a good shot here, you can live with the results.
Oh,
you don't want to have a fadeaway, left-handed, falling backwards kind of shot. But if you can put a good shot on the rim, if it goes in, it goes in, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. You can live with it. You just need to get off a good shot.
So 4.2 seconds to go, Cal. Saturdays are killing me.
This is lumpy time.
So Metamora will have the ball out of bounds, trailing by 2 with 4.2 seconds to go.
I would say watch the inbounder, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. Got off a good shot. Got it. Oh, I thought that was in.
Wow. We got a shot. We got what we wanted. What a game. What a game. You can't complain.
Yeah,
it was just...
That looked really good from where I was sitting.
Wow.
4 p.m. freshman start, 5:30 sophomore start, 7 p.m. varsity start again on Tuesday at 42.
Wow. What a ball game.
Meanwhile, the girls game, 2:16 remaining. Metamora 40.
Hey, quite an effort from Tepke Gymnasium. Panthers 56, Redbirds 54. Like you said, there's no moral victories for sure, and Washington gets to 11-0 in the league, and Metamora drops to 9-1. But even though there's no moral victories, that sure felt good in that second half.
It certainly did. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the second half, or with the end of the game stats and a chat with head coach Danny Greaves.
At MTCO digiMAX, we work hard to give our community the best value in internet, TV, and voice. But the big network conglomerates we have to pay for TV content don't share our community values. Every year, they demand higher and higher fees and force us to pay for channels few people watch. We hope you'll understand we're doing our best to keep our costs down and your rates low. Visit tvonmyside.com to learn more about these unfair charges.
Okay, welcome back to Tepke Gymnasium. Today's final score, Washington 56, Metamora 54. A whale of a basketball game in the Mid-Atlantic Conference. Here are your final stats. First for the Panthers, Jake Stewart, a sophomore, got on the board with 2 points this afternoon. Andrew Coker, a junior, had a 2 and a 3, total of 5 on the day. 6 points for Ethan Mounts and Tyler Bass, a pair of seniors for the Panthers. 8 points for Isaac Mapson, a junior who wound up fouling out in the fourth quarter. 12 for Devin Vanderheit, senior 6'7" forward. He had all 12 of those in the first half, did not score in the second, including giving Metamora an opportunity with a missed 1-and-1 late in the game. And Drew Lewis, leading scorer on the day with 17 points. The junior guard had a fantastic day, drove to the hoop, scored most of those points early in the game, but wound up leading the Panthers with 17. The Redbirds had 3 points from Luc DeFrance. I was wrong. I thought he'd have 6, and so missed that one there. That's my bad. 5 for Tyson Swanson, a couple of hoops and a free throw. Drew Tucker had 8 second-half points, a very nice half for the sophomore. Zach Schroeder played a whale of a game on both ends, 5 buckets and 8 free throws for 18 points. And Ethan Kaiser wound up being the game's leading scorer, 4 3-point buckets, 8 free throws, 20 points. Boy, he almost had 23, and that would have been the difference maker at the end. Metamora made 18 free throws. Washington made 0. The Redbirds did all the things in the second half that we thought they would need to do to be competitive today. It just wasn't quite enough. Again, the final score, Washington 56, Metamora 54. Have a good day. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Well, we're back at Metamora with head coach Danny Greaves. Coach, kind of a tale of two halves.
There's no doubt. They won the first 16 minutes, and we beat them the second 16 minutes, but we just got too far behind. You can't let a really good team get up on you at 15 points at halftime, and then you outscore them by 13, but you still don't win it.
Right.
But with that being said, we had quite a few guys who've never been in a Washington Metamora game like this.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's a learning curve. And that learning curve took us 16 minutes to get our feet underneath us and get a little confidence, and then we were rolling. So I'm proud of the effort second half.
Yeah, it was tremendous second half for you. I thought that your kids played outstanding the second half, especially on defense. There was a couple times in there where they could have folded, but your baby birds, I thought, kind of took it to them the second half.
Oh, there's no doubt. I was really proud of them. And, it goes to show you, though, when you come up against a veteran team, they've got 3-year starters,
mm-hmm.
and we got 3-week starters. So, what, we'll get better. And I was really impressed with the intensity we had in the last 16 minutes.
Oh, tremendous.
Yes.
Tremendous. I thought that there were a couple plays that really stood out. The couple inbound plays you had underneath our basket, I think was the one to tie the score late in the fourth quarter.
Wasn't that nice?
Wow. You brought it in, got it into Kaiser. I think the only time I ever saw that was in the sectional game over at the Renaissance Center where you went into Dallas Morgan and you dropped it back down to Jordan Dame.
Well, they showed so much early on trying to get to E and double team him so he get into the shot. We just had him step in and take the easy shot.
Yeah.
And it was an easy shot. I mean, he was still contested, and, of course, he just does a great job. Zach is our guy. In the clutch, especially the first half, I mean, he did a tremendous job just to keep us in.
Yeah, he did. And he did. I thought, he did a great job of defense. Vanderheid went in at halftime with 12 points. And when the whole game was over with, he ended with 12 points.
He sure did. We did a good job on him. And he missed a big 1-and-1 at the end. That was the only free throw of the night for those guys.
Yep.
And, it was quite the brick. So I was glad to see us get a chance to bring it up. We had the chance just to bring it to the rim, and they did a pretty good job. So they called the timeout. We had a nice little set called. And, Coach Justin called that set. And we were trying to go for the win or the tie, whatever they gave us. But I really did think that opened up, and I thought it was a great shot at the end to win it.
You know, the thing that impressed me is, you know, this is kind of a game that you can look back on, not just for right now, but this coming Tuesday. You know, you're going to have that little bit of doubt in Washington's mind.
Right.
But, boy, does that build character for your future.
Oh, there's no doubt. You know, and I was loving to see some of our guys that never been in this game before come in and just, as the game went on and got tighter, their confidence just swelled.
Oh, the
and
grit.
so that's always a good feeling, man, as a coach and as a player. And yeah, it was fun to watch.
Washington, you're right. The Washington, their seniors really stepped up for them. But, you know, you still got a lot of basketball left to be played here yet this year.
Well, we still have a chance at the conference championship. You know, we just got to go over there and win it one game at a time. But I'll tell you this, you know, Washington, they tried to foul you 80 times, and hopefully they'll just call 40.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think our kids stayed within themselves a little bit and didn't retaliate. But if that's going to let you play, you know, we need to play a little bit more physical, and we did that the second half.
Oh, much more physical. And, and you didn't put yourself in the position to let them foul you. You didn't kill your dribble at bad spots. You kept your dribble. You kept attacking the basket. I thought Tyson Swanson did two really nice things. He went at him and went right at Maps and got him his 5th foul.
Sure did.
And then got 2 free throws.
But we got to shoot free throws better. I mean, we're only
half.
18 for 26. You know, at the half, we were 8 of 15. You know, and so instead of being down 15, you know, you're down 8.
Yeah.
And it's not so much to overcome. But, you know, the learning curve is there. You know, but like I told our guys afterwards, I said, there's no moral victories here.
No.
All right? Don't think there is. Just because you were close, you know, we're not okay with that. That's not what we do here.
Right.
And they aren't okay with it either. So even though I remind them, they already know.
Yeah. And that's nice to know as a coach.
Yes, it is. It sure is.
And it can hurt, and it's okay to have it hurt a little bit.
Right.
And that's a good thing. And you know, I look forward to that game Tuesday night over in Washington.
Should be fun.
Because I believe your kids probably believe that they should have won this game.
Oh, there's no doubt. You know, you can see it on the looks of their face. But you know, the confidence level that we had in the last 16 minutes, you know, it seemed just like every day we're in the gym and practice. It was, here's what we're going to do, go do it, and they did. So it was, you know, if we can just put two halves together, good things can happen.
Well, Coach, good game. I know you're proud of your kids for the comeback. They didn't lay down.
No.
They came back. A lot of pride, a lot of grit, and hope to have that continue next Tuesday night over in Washington.
Well, thank you so much. I hope we do too. Looking forward to it.
That'll do it. From Metamora, Redbirds drop a heartbreaker, 54-52. We'll see you Tuesday night in Washington.